There's Frank! Frank! Look, it's Frank! Well, I've got my Australian culture birds going on. We got the kookaburras here and then chicken palmies. Frank, why are you hoovering yourself? Why are you vacuum facing? Mate, let's talk about the main topic, the floppiest cymbal ever made. We gotta gradually flop our way there. This is an A custom medium ride. Can we read this nugget? There it is, medium ride. This is such a middle of the road cymbal. And so I'm gonna hit it and you gauge its floppiness for me. Yeah, it doesn't flop a lot. It vibrates a lot. Over here is a medium crash. These are the same size. They're both 20 inches, so this is a big crash. I know a lot of people don't understand like all the different weights of cymbals and whatnot. A medium ride is thicker than a medium crash. And I'll prove it. You can hear how that one's higher pitched. Thicker cymbals, higher pitched. But they're both medium cymbals. Look at the flop of this one. That's a big thin crash cymbal, and you can see it's not very floppy. Let me find another floppy cymbal. This maniacal monster is a 26-inch masterwork paper thin crash. You heard me? Paper thin crash. This thing is a gigantic thin wobbly thing. Oh no. Okay. It fits. 26-inch crash. Ah! Frankie! Hey Frank, you scare the stink out of us with your sneakiness. Let's look at this. Oh yeah. Now we're wobbling. Here the downside of really thin cymbals is that it just doesn't have a lot of volume and like the bell doesn't cut at all. Like you hit, it's just nothing. I mean, these are both crash cymbals and this guy's smaller. What? All right, I have to go and put this other cymbal on in secret because merely handling it is going to blow the surprise. All right. It's still moving. it's still very hang on. I don't know if you could see, it's still slightly wobbling. This is a 22-inch Hammerax liquid sea ride, and I've already weighed it so we don't have to handle it. It's 1,771 grams, which is light for a 22-inch cymbal, but it's not that thin, honestly. Let's remember, all right, this is a normal crash. It's traditional floppiness. All right, you ready? Yeah! That's floppy! Look at that, man! When I first saw the video for one of these back in the late 2010s, I always wanted one of these. And when all my YouTubing stuff took off, I immediately went looking and found they're gone. It's American made by Hammerax. It's all hand done. The craftsmanship on this stinking guy. Oh, wow. The secret to them making it so floppy is that it's B8 bronze, not B20. And it's sheet metal. And that's naturally floppy. So boring. So boring! Most cymbals are thick and then they taper out thinner as you go. A lot of vintage cymbals are like this, where they're the same thickness the whole way. That makes them really floppy. It's freaking amazing. But yeah, I think the secret is it isn't that thin on the outside, which makes it heavier so it wants to wobble. And I think it sounds killer. In the Arms of Danger by Under Earth. The downside of uber thin cymbals, there's no volume to it. Hang on. Who could rival? Trying to figure out something that's a crash but also a slamming ride. This is the Oriental Crash of Doom. Look at this thing. And I didn't know mine was special for having the holes drilled in it. That's just how mine came. Look, it holds your sticks. Isn't that nice? And then when you need them, you can get them. You see the issue with crazy thin cymbals, and I tend to prefer thin cymbals. I mean, this is on another planet. Even this is on the slightly thinner side. It's still pretty brutal. But you hear how much ping and articulation you get out of this guy. Man, what are the jazz songs in here? What was the jazz song we played last week? I don't remember. Very, very cromulent. I mean, so is the Crash of Doom. It's amazing how brutal this guy could be and then actually still swing jazz. I gotta hear it against the constand. Hang on, sorry, Frank. Be. This is my K Constantinople. It's like the jazziest McJazz ride that I've got. But then this guy's hanging pretty as soon as I touch it. For a cymbal that is so funny and just so crazy and then very self-awaringly called the Liquid Sea ride, like they were making a floppy cymbal intentionally. I think the floppiness helps it shrug the energy out of it because then it's kind of dry. It keeps wobbling, but the sound is kind of subdued. I don't know. What other music we got? Loving You Is the Vibe by Bagel. That's how you know this is a quality disc, is that we're playing all sorts of different genres and it's creating some sound that it sounds cool with. Now this is a song name I can get into. This one's called Awkward Silence. Was it Foo Fighters? I think I have time for one more. Well, actually, hang on. Now. This one sounds nice, which is not necessarily a good thing. Honey Heart? Or is it Heavy Heart? No, it's Honey Heart. Oh, that just kicked on. I had to go for it. Actually, my Zildjian light's dying. It's dying. It's dying. The Zildjian light's dying. Ah!